If I told you there's a short, repeatable routine that can help your body act and feel years younger, steadier on your feet, quicker on stairs, clearer in your head, would you give me 8 weeks to prove it to you? I'm talking about 5 simple movements you can do at home that target the systems aging quietly steals: strength, balance, reaction speed, and posture. No magic gadgets, no punishing workouts, just careful, smart training that wakes up the parts of you that have dozed off from years of sitting and taking it easy. Today, I'll walk you through each movement, exactly how to do it, how to progress it, and what changes to watch for. I'll also show you how to bundle them into a tidy, sub-30-minute session you can repeat 3 days a week. Keep listening, because one of these is the single best: carry your groceries, climb the steps, and remember where you put your keys. Exercise, I know. And another one quietly teaches your body to catch you before you fall. Ready to test drive a younger version of you, safely and with purpose? Let's begin at your foundation, the calves. Most people think of their calves as walking muscles. True, but they're also your emergency brakes and shock absorbers. When you stumble, well-trained calves fire first, stiffen the ankle, and buy your brain precious milliseconds to recover. That's why our first move is a heel raise with a long, slow lowering phase. Stand tall, fingertips on a sturdy chair or countertop for balance. Feet hip width, toes forward. Rise onto your toes quickly, about 1 second, pressing evenly through the ball of each foot. Then lower yourself back to the floor in 6 slow, controlled seconds. Count it out. That deliberate descent, called the eccentric phase, is where tendons and muscle fibers remodel to become stronger and more springy. Start with 3 sets of 15 reps. Rest 45-60 seconds between sets. If you wobble, keep those fingertips light, enough to steady, not enough to lean. Breathe in as you lift, breathe out gradually as you lower. Imagine you're trying to peek over a fence at the top. Tall, proud, no leaning forward. After a week or two, when 3x15 feels solid and smooth, progress carefully. Shift more of your weight to 1 foot during the lowering phase. Up on 2 feet quickly, then hover 1 foot and take all 6 seconds to descend on the other. Eventually, you'll work up to full single-leg versions. What should you notice? A livelier step, less shuffle, and ankles that feel both flexible and firm. Stairs will begin to feel less like a chore and more like a rhythm. An extra perk: slow eccentrics gently nudge the Achilles tendon to lay down healthy collagen and improve elasticity over time. Keep your body stacked: ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over ankles. If your low back or knees complain, reduce the range of motion at first and shorten the lowering to 4 seconds, then rebuild. 2 or 3 sessions a week are plenty. This is not about grinding, it's about precision. And if you've had a recent foot or Achilles injury, get clearance before you try the single-leg version. Your feet and lower legs are your base. Let's reinforce them well. Now we wake up the muscle group that decides how you stand, how you walk, and how your back feels at 3 p.m. Your glutes. Too much sitting turns them sluggish. When the glutes check out, your low back and knees volunteer for jobs they were never designed to do. Enter the glute bridge with a firm pause. Lie on your back with knees bent, feet flat, hip width apart. Slide your heels toward you until you can just touch them with your fingertips. This puts you in a sweet spot for activation. Brace gently through your abdominal wall, as if preparing for a cough. Then drive the floor away through your heels and lift your hips until your body forms a line from shoulders to knees. Now hold. Squeeze your glutes like you're pinching a credit card. 5 full seconds. Then lower in about 3 controlled seconds. That pause is the secret. It wakes up dormant fibers and teaches them to pull their weight again. Aim for 3 sets of 12. Rest a minute between sets. If you feel this mostly in your hamstrings, bring your feet an inch closer. If it pinches your back, you're lifting too high. Ribcage down, core lightly braced. Over several weeks, those holds teach your pelvis to sit where it belongs, instead of tipping forward and tugging on your low back. You may notice Getting up from chairs, the car, or the edge of the bed feels smoother. Your stride lengthens. That habitual sway back or tucked under posture starts to even out. Form checks to keep you safe and effective. Knees track straight ahead, not collapsing inward. Shoulders stay heavy on the ground with your neck long. Your gaze is straight up, not craned forward. Breathe in at the bottom to prepare. Breathe out as you lift and squeeze, then sip in air as you lower. When 3x12 feels easy, try extending one leg straight out while holding the top position for 2 to 3 seconds, alternating legs between reps. Or move to true single-leg bridges, but only after the 2-leg version feels crisp. Pain in the front of your hips? Tuck your tail slightly and think ribs down before you press. This is about reteaching your hips to power you forward and take pressure off your spine and knees. Awake glutes change how your whole body moves. Next, let's protect your back and sharpen your balance with a deceptively gentle-looking classic, the modified bird dog. Think of this as core stability meets brain training. You'll build endurance in the small stabilizers around the spine and restore your sense of where your body is in space, your proprioception. Set up on all fours with your hands under shoulders and knees under hips. Make your back as flat as a kitchen table. Imagine a cup of tea resting on your lower back that you don't want to spill. Slowly, 4 full seconds, reach your right arm forward while sliding your left leg back along the floor, then float it just an inch or 2 off the ground. Hold for 5 seconds, breathing softly, then return to the start in 4 seconds. Switch sides. The pace matters. We're training control, not height. If the full opposite arm and leg reach feels wobbly, start smaller. Just the arm, just the leg, or the leg kept on the floor. Do 8 reps per side, rest 45 seconds, repeat for 2 or 3 sets. You'll feel a gentle, steady effort along your back and deep in your abdomen. Not a crunching, not a strain. What's happening behind the scenes? Layers of tiny muscles along your spine, the multifidi, are learning to fire in sequence and hold your vertebrae in good alignment while your limbs move. That skill keeps you stable when you twist to reach a seatbelt, step off a curb, or pick something up from the floor. It also teaches your nervous system to coordinate left and right halves of the body, which is crucial for walking efficiency and fall prevention. Keep your ribs anchored and your neck neutral. No sagging, no turtlenecking forward. If your wrists tire, you can make fists or place your hands on yoga blocks, or even do the pattern on your forearms. If your knees are sensitive, add a folded towel under them. 2 to 3 sessions per week on non-consecutive days are ideal. Notice over time how your posture feels more stacked, your low back less cranky, and uneven ground less intimidating. Balance improves quietly, then suddenly you realize you haven't reached for the handrail all day. That's the bird dog doing its job. Now we rebuild your get up and go. As we age, we don't just lose strength. We lose the ability to produce strength quickly, that snap you used to feel when you climbed a step or pushed off to cross the street. Step-ups with a knee drive are a beautiful antidote. Find a stable step 8 inches high. Think bottom stair or a low aerobic step. Stand tall, feet hip width, plant your full right foot on the step, heel and toes, and press through that heel to stand up, bringing your left knee up toward your chest in line with your hip. Pause for a beat to own the top, then lower in control until your left toes gently tap the floor. Repeat for 10 reps, then switch legs. Start with 2 sets per side and build to 3. The knee drive matters. It lights up your hip flexors, the muscles that help you lift your foot to clear obstacles. Keep your torso upright. Don't yank yourself up with momentum or lean heavily on a railing. If balance feels uncertain, keep a fingertip near a wall. Exhale as you step and drive. Inhale as you descend. This rhythm reinforces core stability and keeps your breathing calm. A few progressions and pointers will keep this both safe and effective. Early on, hold the top position for 1 second to build ownership and balance. Later, when you're moving comfortably, you can increase the step height a notch or add a very light pair of hand weights. The goal is deliberate strength, not speed. Watch your knee alignment. Keep it tracking over your second toe, not collapsing inward. If you feel any pinching at the front of the hip, raise the step down a notch, shorten the knee lift, and think tall through the crown of your head. Expect a pleasant fatigue through the hip and thigh of the stepping leg and a sense of solid control on the way down. Over a few weeks, everyday tasks, stair climbing, getting into the car, standing up from a bench, will feel snappier and more confident. This is one of those exercises where you suddenly realize you're walking faster without trying. It also provides gentle, joint-friendly loading for your hips and spine, which is one of the best signals for preserving bone strength. Slow, steady, precise. That's your mantra here. If this is resonating so far, take a quick moment to support the community that supports you. Subscribe to Senior Vitality Pro so you don't miss future episodes, and tell me in the comments either your age or where you're watching from. I read them all, and your notes shape what I create next. Are you in your 50s trying to stay ahead of aches? In your 70s regaining steadiness? Watching from a sunny kitchen in Arizona or a cozy flat in London? Your stories help me tailor the drills, the progressions, and the safety tweaks to meet you right where you are. Thank you for being here and for cheering each other on. Now for the quiet powerhouse, the movement that ties strength, heart health, balance, posture, and even brain sharpness together in one neat package, the farmer's carry with pauses. Don't let the simplicity fool you. Holding weight and walking well is as real-world as it gets. Grab a matched pair of objects that feel challenging but safe. Dumbbells if you have them, or water jugs, or 2 grocery bags packed evenly. Stand tall, shoulders gently back and down, ribcage stacked over pelvis, chin level. Grip the handles and begin walking in a straight, clear path for 20 slow, controlled steps. Every 5 steps, stop completely, plant your feet hip-width, and hold perfectly still for 3 seconds while you squeeze the handles and grow an inch taller through your crown. Then continue. When you reach the end, turn carefully and walk back with the same 5-step pause pattern. Rest 1 to 2 minutes and repeat for 3 total trips. Think quiet feet, tall spine, steady breath. This builds whole body tension in a safe, functional way. And that tension teaches your core to brace and your posture to organize itself. 2 reasons this carry is such a keeper. First, grip strength. A surprisingly strong predictor of overall vitality improves when you challenge it regularly. Squeezing those handles during the pauses trains your hands, forearms, and the neural circuits that recruit your whole body to support the load. Second, your skeleton pays attention. When you carry weight with good alignment, your bones sense the load and respond by maintaining or adding density over time, especially in the hips and spine. Start light. 8-15 pounds per hand is enough for many beginners. Build gradually. If the last 5 steps feel focused but doable, you're in the right spot. Form cues that matter. Don't let the weights pull you lopsided. Keep your shoulders level. Ribs down, belly gently braced. Glutes lightly engaged as you walk. If your lower back feels cranky, reduce the weight or shorten the distance and check your posture. Breathe normally while you're moving. During the 3-second stops, take a deeper breath, make your body tall and firm, then exhale as you resume. Over a month, expect everyday carries, laundry, luggage, groceries to feel easier. Let's stitch all 5 movements into a clean, repeatable session. Start with a 2 to 4 minute warm-up. Slow marching in place, gentle ankle circles, a few sit to stands from a chair, shoulder rolls and easy torso turns. Then move through your circuit in this order. Heel raises with slow lowers, glute bridges with 5-second holds, modified bird dog, step-ups with knee drive, farmer's carry with pauses. Begin with the set and rep ranges we outlined. 3x15 heel raises, 3x12 bridges, 2 to 3x8 per side bird dogs, 2 to 3x10 per leg step-ups, 3 carry trips of 20 steps with pauses. Rest 45-90 seconds between sets, and longer if you need it. Quality over speed. Total time, around 25-30 minutes. Do this on non-consecutive days, say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, to give your body time to adapt. On off days, light walking, gentle mobility work, or simply more life movement is perfect. Keep a small notebook or phone note. Jot weight used, reps completed, and a quick, felt easy, moderate, challenging. That log will show you wins you might otherwise miss. Safety and customization matter. If you use a cane or feel unsure, set up near a counter for the step-ups and heel raises. If you have osteoporosis, avoid deep spinal flexion. The 5 moves here are spine-friendly, but be mindful with the bird dog. No aggressive arching or sagging. If you have high blood pressure, avoid breath holding during effort. Steady exhale through the hardest part is your friend. If a joint complains sharply, stop and modify the range. Pain is information, not a challenge to push through. Swap a movement temporarily if needed. Sit to stands can substitute for step-ups. Seated calf raises with slow lowers can stand in if your balance is having a rough day. Shoes with good heel counters and a non-slip surface help. For progressions, change one variable at a time. Slower eccentrics on heel raises, a longer bridge hold, an extra second in the bird dog pause, a slightly higher step, a small increase in carry weight. Consistent patient tweaks beat big jumps. And please, celebrate the boring wins. Better sleep after training, steadier turns, an easier time rising from low seats. Those are big. What about breathing and blood pressure? Here's a simple tempo that keeps you safer. For efforts where you stand, lift, or drive, step-ups, the top of a bridge, the quick rise onto your toes, exhale through pursed lips as if blowing through a straw. That slight pressure supports your spine without a long breath hold. For long lowers and pauses, heel raise descents, bird dog holds, farmer's carry stops, breathe gently in and out through your nose if you can, lengthening the exhale to keep your nervous system calm. If you ever feel lightheaded, stop, sit, and breathe slowly until steady. Hydration and a small snack an hour before training help too. Posture cues worth repeating: ribs down, keeps your low back neutral. Tall through the crown lengthens your spine. Knees track over the second toe, protects ankles and knees. Press the floor away, in bridges prevents overarching. Use walls, countertops, and chairs like training wheels, supportive, not controlling. Over time, you'll use them less. And remember, soreness should be mild to moderate and gone in 48 hours. Adjust volume if it lingers longer. You may hear big promises about turning back the clock. Let's ground this in what your body actually does. And it's inspiring enough without the hype. Muscles remodel when challenged. The slow lowering phases create tiny controlled stresses that signal repair and growth. That process involves satellite cells, adult stem cells that live beside your muscle fibers, joining in to patch and reinforce tissue you ask to work. Tendons adapt by aligning collagen fibers to better handle load. Bones respond to repeated safe forces by nudging density in the right direction. Your brain and nerves refine pathways with practice. Movements become crisper, reaction time improves, balance feels more automatic. None of this needs heroic effort. It needs the right dose, applied consistently. That's what these 5 moves deliver. Yes, you'll likely look different, taller, more open, more confident. But the real magic is feeling different. Steadier turning in a crowded kitchen, stronger on a windy walk, less tired after errands. Think of each session as a vote for the version of you who moves freely and trusts their body. Let's talk progression over 8 to 12 weeks, so you can see how this becomes your program, not just a program. Weeks 1-2, learn the shapes, keep every rep clean, and stop all sets with 2 reps left in the tank. Weeks 3-4, add a little volume, an extra set for 1 or 2 movements, or slow a lowering phase by a second. Weeks 5-6, introduce 1 progression per exercise. Single leg lowers on heel raises. Extend 1 leg briefly at the top of bridges. Longer bird dog holds. A slightly higher step, or a 5-second top pause on step-ups. 2 pounds more per hand on the carry. Weeks 7 to 8. Tidy form, not just load. Film a set on your phone to check posture. Reduce fingertip support. Make your pauses crisp. Weeks 9 to 12. Choose one priority, balance, strength, or endurance, and bias your tweaks there. For balance, more single leg time. For strength, small weight increases. For endurance, one extra carry trip or a second circuit of the first 3 exercises. Keep one easy week every 4. Reduce sets by a third. Keep the pattern. That ebb and flow is how bodies grow without burnout. Common hiccups and quick fixes. Calf cramps during heel raises. Hydrate. Add a brief warm-up of ankle pumps and shorten range until the crampy feeling fades. Gently stretch the calves after training, not before. Lower back tension in bridges? You're lifting too high or not bracing. Think ribs down, tail slightly tucked, and drive through heels rather than pushing ribs to the ceiling. Wobble in the bird dog? Widen your base. Hands an inch wider, knees an inch apart, and keep the leg slide long rather than high. Knees unhappy on step-ups? Lower the step, slow the lowering, and keep the knee stacked over the ankle. Add a fingertip to a wall for control. Forearm fatigue on carries? Take shorter trips more often and focus on posture rather than heavier weight. Feeling flat one day? Cut a set and walk after. Your body doesn't read calendars, it reads signals. Respond kindly and you'll keep momentum. Remember, the goal isn't to win a workout. The goal is to win the next decade of daily life, getting up, getting out, and doing the things that make you you. What results are realistic? In the first 2 weeks, expect coordination gains. Movements feel smoother, and you'll notice small wins like steadier turns or an easier time tying shoes. By week 4, stairs and chair stands feel brisker, posture looks more open, ankles and hips feel more cooperative. By week 8, friends might comment that you're walking faster or standing taller. Grip feels firmer and everyday carries take less out of you. Energy is steadier on days you train, and sleep often improves. Balance sneaks up. You'll realize you reached into a cabinet on tiptoes without grabbing the counter. These are the markers that matter: function, confidence, and ease. If you track something, track what you care about. Time to climb one flight, number of comfortable grocery bags in one trip, how far you can walk without a rest, how secure you feel stepping off a curb. Those numbers are your scoreboard. And if progress pauses, check the basics. Are you sleeping enough, spacing sessions with a rest day, and eating enough protein and colorful plants to support repair? Let's run a sample session together so you can hear the cadence. Warm up, 2 minutes marching in place, 30 seconds of ankle circles each way, 5 slow sit to stands, 10 shoulder rolls. Circuit, heel raises, up quick, down 6 seconds, 15 reps, rest 45 seconds, repeat for 3 sets. Bridges, lift, hold 5, lower 3, 12 reps, rest a minute, 3 sets. Bird dog, reach in 4, hold 5, return in 4, 8 per side, rest 45 seconds, 2 sets to start. Step-ups, 10 right with a 1-count knee drive at top, 10 left, rest 90 seconds, 2 to 3 sets. Farmer's carry, 20 steps with 5-step pauses, turn, 20 back. Rest 90 seconds, 3 trips. Cool down, slow nasal breathing, 2 minutes. Gentle calf and front of hip stretches, 20 to 30 seconds each. A few easy shoulder rolls. Done. If that feels like a lot on day 1, split it. Do the first 3 today, the last 2 tomorrow, then reunite them next week. There are no gold stars for finishing breathless. There are gold stars for finishing steadily, feeling proud, and looking forward to doing it again. Questions I hear often. What if I already walk daily? Do I still need these? Walking is excellent. Keep it. These 5 moves cover the gaps walking doesn't. Strength at the hips, ankles, and core. Controlled lowering. Reaction speed. Grip. Can I add light cardio on non-training days? Please do. Brisk walks, gentle cycling, water aerobics, dancing, anything that keeps you moving. What if I have a replaced hip or knee? Many people can do all 5 with minor tweaks. Clear it with your clinician, start with smaller ranges, and respect any movement your surgeon or physio marked as off-limits. Do I need equipment? A stable step, a chair or counter, and 2 even handheld weights, household items work, are enough. When will I see changes? You'll feel coordination shifts within 2 weeks, and functional changes by 4 to 8 if you're consistent. What about pain? Sharp, sudden, or increasing pain means stop and reassess. Gentle muscle effort is welcome. Joint pain is a no. Reach out to a professional if you're unsure. You're worth the expert eye. Let's close your main loop with a clear, simple plan. 3 days a week, about 30 minutes, 5 movements that reinforce each other. Calves keep you springy and teach your body to catch itself. Glutes power your stride and unburden your back. Bird dogs steady your spine and sharpen your internal GPS. Step-ups restore that youthful push. Carries knit it all together. Posture, heart, hands, and head. Add a walk on most days. Eat enough protein to feed your muscles, hydrate, and sleep like it's your secret supplement. Keep progress boring, small, steady, undeniable. If you miss a day, just pick up where you left off. If you feel tired, do 1 set of each instead of 3. The point is staying in the game. In 12 weeks, you won't merely feel stronger. You'll feel more like yourself, capable, confident, and ready to say yes to the invitations life gives you. A stroll after dinner, a trip with grandkids, a flight of stairs without thinking twice. I want this to be more than another video you watch and forget. I want it to be the reason you notice your body differently tomorrow morning. So here's your 5-minute start. Set a reminder for your next 3 training days. Put a pair of carry weights by the door. Clear a safe path for step-ups. Try just 1 set of heel raises and 1 bridge set right now to feel the pattern. That's it. You've begun. And when you do this consistently, you'll collect moments that feel like small miracles. Catching yourself on a curb without fear, carrying 2 bags in one hand while unlocking the door with the other, standing to speak and feeling taller as you do. Those add up. They change how you think about aging, from something happening to you to something you're actively shaping. You've got tools, you've got a plan, you've got a coach in your corner. I'm proud of you for starting. Before you go, tell me in the comments, which everyday activity do you want to make feel effortless again? Stairs, long walks, picking up a grandchild, gardening? And how old were you when you first noticed your balance or strength begin to change? Your answers help me refine progressions and choose the next topics. Which of the 5 moves are you going to try first today? Heel raises, bridges, bird dog, step-ups, or the carry? I'd love to hear what you notice after your first session. 1 detail, 1 win, 1 question. Thank you for spending this time with me. Keep showing up for yourself. Your future self is already grateful.